Somehow, something over the past 20, 30 years has really changed, and we've got a complete reversal of that situation now, where it does seem to be more and more often that it's the left who are intolerant of different views. It will be the left who are more likely to call for censorship, to call for something to be labelled hate speech. I think we had a very good example of this at the beginning of this week when Keir Starmer wrote a piece for The Sun newspaper. It would seem quite sensible to me that if you want to get elected, if you want to become the next Prime Minister of this country, you have to appeal to as many people as possible. So writing for one of the most widely read newspapers would seem like a very sensible thing to do. And yet it was people within his own party, people within the Labour Party, who were so outraged and said, you know, this is a terrible thing he's done. How dare he write in the Sun newspaper? So this was people like Diane Abbott. A number of high-profile Labour MPs took to Twitter to condemn Keir Starmer for putting this in an article in the Sun newspaper.
But perhaps you should say why people feel about the Sun like that. Particularly?
Oh, well, I think it's very well known. The Sun has a bad reputation, particularly in Liverpool, because of the articles, the headline, particularly the front page, that it had after the Hillsborough incident. You know, it was an outrageous front page. It was lying about the actions of the Hillsborough fans. I have to point out it wasn't just the Sun newspaper that propagated those lies at the time, and these were coming from police chiefs and from Conservative.
And it didn't stop New Labour courting the affections of Rupert Murdoch, possibly helping Labour to win 3 elections.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the bottom line is if you want to appeal to as many people within the population as possible, i.e. if you want to win an election, you have to actually communicate with people, and you can't have this attitude, well, we don't like this particular audience, because really what's being said is not we don't like the Sun, but we don't like Sun readers. We're contemptuous of these people who actually buy and read the Sun newspaper. We don't want to communicate with these people who we don't like, who we disagree with. And I think, well, the bottom line is if you take that view, you're never going to win another election.